Yay! Looks like we're back online. Good. Hi Lucas. I think it's actually the first time you write something in the chat, so really glad to have you actually talking with me. Well, 5 in the morning. Does that mean you didn't go to sleep just yet, or you just wake up really early? You just woke up. Okay, cool. It's actually 4:20 in the morning here, and yeah, I have really bad insomnia. Like I can't sleep at night most of the time. So I went to bed at like 7 o'clock, woke up at midnight, can't sleep no more. So yep, here I am, 4 a.m. already up, making live streams. And so you live in Brazil, but you actually speak Portuguese? And hi, Viol. Hey, I'm actually not even online on Skype. What am I thinking? Let me just get online real quick. Good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So many messages. Okay. Alright, back in business. So, we now have, okay, I think everything was saved properly, or up here it looks like it, so, yeah, okay, yeah, everything was saved properly. Good. And now the speed buff right there makes it kind of hard to make the jump. So yeah, I guess the next logical thing to do would be to have a jump buff. Like to make the player be able to jump higher for a few seconds after he picked up the buff, right? After the speed buff. Or actually enable the player to have double jump for a few seconds. Now that could be really interesting. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna do just that. Okay, cool. So onto the jumping code. Right. So that returns false when I'm not actually hitting the ground. So I should have another branch there. And okay, I'll need a new variable, which is going to be jump count, and it's going to be an integer or integer. I don't know how you pronounce that. Jump count. Good. So we're gonna set it to 0. I actually set it to 1 when we do our first jump. And so here, to allow the player to jump even if he's not colliding with the ground, you'll have to make sure that jump count is not higher than 1. So integer smaller than 2, and another variable, boolean this time, which is going to be double jump allowed. Okay, and it's gonna have to be true. So we're gonna need both these conditions to allow a second jump, which is gonna set the jump count to 2. So if you try to do a triple jump, it'll fail because the jump count is gonna be equal to 2, so that will return false and it won't jump again. And then as soon as you hit the ground, we need to set it back to 0, and we're gonna do that later. And so we're actually gonna plug that in there instead of copying and pasting it. Now that's getting real messy there. Or actually, you know what? I think I don't even need to reset it. Because, yeah, when I press jump, if I touch the ground, I won't even check the jump count. I'll just jump and set it back to 1, which will allow this to return true again. So I don't even need to set it back to 0 on landing. So okay, for now the boolean value is false. I can only jump once. If I go ahead and set it to true, I should be able to jump twice. And only twice. There it is. We now have double jump. And so I'm gonna put it back to false. Just gonna make all the boolean value up top, just to sort this list a little bit. So what we're gonna need to do next is pretty much like the speed buff. And so we're gonna copy and paste that event. We're gonna name it jump buff, or actually double jump buff, like that. And buff amount, we're actually gonna remove it completely. And buff duration, we're gonna keep, because we don't want the player to have double jump activated for the entire level. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set double jump allowed, and then after a little delay, which is there again gonna be set by the actors that make the double jump possible, we're gonna set it back to false, just like so. Okay, so our double jump buff is ready to be used. Now the only thing we need is to go into the environment, blueprint, duplicate the speed buff pickup. Remove that little 2 and call it double jump buff pickup blueprint. That's another really long name. Okay, and so we're gonna keep it identical completely, except that instead of speed buff, we're actually gonna call it double jump buff, so that the player know what kind of buff this is. And we're gonna keep the exact same logic to make sure we're actually interacting with the player. What we're gonna do differently though is trigger the double jump buff duration, which is also going to be editable and exposed on spawn, and we don't need buff amount anymore. And so, okay, I now have a new pickup I can place on the map, so you can see I can only jump once, and after I've picked up this thing, I can double jump for as much as I like for only 5 seconds. So you see the buff just ran out. Boom, double jump. Choop, choop. So yeah, you should probably go ahead and make the visuals a little prettier than that. Like, you know, this is fairly ugly. This is basically just a floating text. Now, one thing I'm gonna do though is actually make good use of that double jump thingy by placing it over there like that. And so the double jump should allow the player to reach that platform. I'm actually gonna give it a try and position the platform accordingly to make it work. Whoa, that was kind of weak. That was kind of too much. Dang. Damn it. Almost. Nope. Thing is, every single time I'm not recording or live streaming, I get this from the first attempt, and as soon as I kind of try to show you, and then I just fail miserably. So double jump, yeah, that's not nearly enough. Oh, and I'm actually gonna position it like that. Yeah, so that's the kind of jump we don't usually be able to do, but because you've got the double jump buff, you should be. And yeah, I'm gonna spare myself some trouble and spawn the ball right there, like that. Then get the double jump buff. And woo! You can make it. And yeah. I don't know why this went back to yellow. This should be purple. Just like that. Good. So yeah, this allows you to make double jumps for a few seconds. Oh, and these platforms should be ice, just to make it even harder. Because now when you jump, yeah, you can't quite not use the trampoline to make the jump, because you need the extra whoop. See, the nice thing about the trampoline is that because of the ice, it's kind of hard to get the right speed. But if you just run onto the trampoline, it'll give you the right speed for the jump really easily. Boop. Oh, and that was out of the game zone. For some reason that is too small. Okay. So zone size should be, I guess, 1,000 more, and then that's gonna be 23, like that. Okay. So yeah, you can make use of the double jump buff now, which is kind of cool. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for today. Unless you guys have some more great ideas. I've got an hour left before I have to prepare for work. So, yeah, new jumping mechanism, speed buff, jump buff, materials that slow down the players, all that in one stream. And I'm kind of out of ideas right now. I guess the next logic thing to do would be sounds. Like record some sounds for when the player jumps, for when the player hits something, for the menus, for some kind of really annoying techno music for the game to kind of put you in the mood. I don't know. I don't know if I should start doing the sounds. Or I could actually make some moving platforms using the enemy blueprint to make a platform able to follow some waypoints to make it harder to jump onto. I guess I could do that. Oh yeah, I know what I'm gonna do now. One more trap. So, gonna duplicate the enemy blueprint. So that'll be enemy pillar blueprint. Okay, and I'm gonna need a pillar mesh. So geometry box. Let's say I make it 500 by 500 by 500. And actually it's meant to be a pillar, so that'll be it. Create static mesh into the environments, traps, and call it static mesh pillar enemy. And what this one is gonna do is, instead of actually killing you when you touch it, it's actually gonna try and push you off the map. So the way we're gonna do that is to have a scene component, which we're gonna make the root. We're gonna delete the static mesh. Actually, we don't need to delete. Oh yes, because it's a static mesh we want. So static mesh. All right. To the static mesh tab, select our SM pillar enemy. And we're just gonna spawn that blueprint in the map. Environment blueprints. Spawn some waypoints as well. Something like that. And waypoint list should be something like this. Okay. And so we're gonna have this block all dynamic, that is perfect. Then onto the physic. Oh, the mesh. Mesh itself doesn't have any collisions at all. So we're just gonna go into the collisions and add box simplified collisions, like so. And now we should be able to get it to simulate physic. Yep. Disable gravity, like so. And then we're just gonna go into Yeah, add angular link. We're actually gonna remove that because we're not gonna use that at all. And that either. Cool. Okay, we're gonna keep that logic though. All of that logic. Get actor location. Okay. So what we need to do is to make this thing move in between these two waypoints to have it kind of come in and out, so that if the player timing isn't correct, this thing is actually gonna push it off the map. So that's going to be a different kind of enemy. Now, we could also use it vertically to be some kind of elevator, or actually make it at the same level as the ground and make it move like that, so that the player has to roll onto it and use it as a bridge, for example. So it doesn't actually have to be an enemy. It's just going to be a big block that moves, basically. So grab the static mesh. Yeah, and we're actually gonna make it the root. Now that I come to think about it. And we're gonna... Can I use the move too? Move component to... Well, that's a relative location. Relative location. I should be able to use that, even though I'm simulating physics, so that wouldn't be a good idea. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do just that, because this is gonna be much easier. So, but it's okay. I just realized I actually did all of that onto the other monitor, and so you haven't seen anything of that. Thank you, Shadowplay, for only recording one monitor. Jesus. Oh wow. All that time I just spent talking and you didn't see a damn thing. Yay. Oh jeez. Okay, so I'm just gonna brief you. I just duplicated the enemy blueprint. Then I changed the mesh for a static mesh, and removed the part in which I was adding angular velocity to make the ball move, but I kept the waypoint system there. And now this shouldn't be simulating physics at all, because I'm gonna use the move component too. And so I should get the get actor location like that. Okay. Instead of get actor location for this equation, I'm gonna get world location of the static mesh component. Get world location like so. Okay. And I'm also gonna get it here like that, minus So this should give me a relative location to move the component to, basically, hopefully. And so, nope, that ain't right at all. Okay. Okay, that shouldn't be onto event Vic at all. This should be a custom event. Called move. And I should totally trigger that event onto Big and Play. Good morning, Gulup. Okay, good. Now overtime, 0.2 is kind of fast, so let's say half a second. It seems to have worked. Okay, so after we do that, nope, we're actually gonna use the event tick for that much. Even though I know I just told you you should use timers instead of event tick, now this would be a good occasion to actually use timers, but I am a really lazy person, so do what I say, not what I do, and use a timer instead of event tick right there. That's okay, so this should check the position of the mesh every tick, every frame, sorry, and change the current target. So now every single time you change the current target, you should re-trigger the move event. Because you just gave it a new target, so you want it to move to that new target. And I believe this is it. It should now do something, which it doesn't. Why? Completed. Should I actually have print? You guys probably noticed I love print string for debugging, troubleshooting actually. So begin, move, and then paste it to move finished with an exclamation mark, sorry about that. And so it did complete and finish the move and then never started another. Okay. So we're checking the static mesh world location. Oh, wait. Okay, no, there's no sweeping anything. So basically this never returns through. That would be my guess. So we're gonna have another print string saying nope. And so if it tells me that the move is finished, oh yeah, it is spamming nope. So it tells me the move is finished, even though it never reaches the waypoint. So that means this code is wrong somewhere here. What I should do is overtime 2 seconds and move it far so that I can see it moving. actually, this looked like it was working for a while. Can I show that in game? Yeah, I'm actually gonna waypoint blueprint and hit in game. Nope. Nope. Okay, just so that I can visually. Okay, no, so it's not working at all. Okay. So the problem is okay, let me do some quick maths. Notepad. Okay, let's say waypoint coordinate is 0, 0, 0. And mesh coordinate is 100, 100, and 0. What I'm currently doing is saying 0, 0, 0 minus 100 minus 100.0. And so I'm telling the relative location to be minus 100 because the waypoint is 100 away from the mesh world location. Static mesh get well, okay. I believe this is actually correct. I'm just gonna have to make sure that this is at 0, 0, 0. It is. I really don't have any ideas as of to why it actually acts like that. And this is pretty annoying. Get relative location. Okay, yeah, so that actually makes it go the other way around. So, okay, I had this right the first time. No, oh, distance accuracy should have to be, let's say 5. Just to, now I know why it wasn't quite reaching the waypoint. Now it does. Thing is, it's not going to the second, it's going randomly afterward. So did I set both waypoint? And yes, I did. These are both the correct waypoints. And so this bit of the code is wrong. Is going up is through. So as soon as this reaches, it goes there. Current target should be 0. Yes. And so this will return false. Wait. Current waypoint list should be 1, and 1 is bigger than 0, so it should go there. Make the current target 1 instead of 0, and make it move 2. So this should re-trigger the move with 1 instead of 0 as a current target. Oh, sorry to hear about the notebook, Golo. And yeah, don't worry about it. about the map we talked about. It's totally okay. So yeah, no rush, man. It's fun. And so when I re-trigger the move, does it actually make it move? If it move. Okay, it never really re-trigger the move for some reason. Waypoint list. Should add another print string like that, just because I'm not quite sure what's going on. So it says move finished, but yeah, it's not finished at all. You fell miserable. Oh! Yeah, we're gonna have to take off that part of the code as well. It's the tags, I believe. Yeah, take off the die tag so that the player can touch that box without dying. Okay, so that thing actually triggers properly. It really looks as if it wasn't seeing that waypoint at all, which is not normal. Like it sees the first waypoint and then just wander off anywhere without taking consideration of the next waypoint. But yeah, anyway, get rid of that. When and where we're actually gonna do code much simpler than that, because we only need 2 waypoints. So distance, accuracy, max velocity, all of that should be gone. Compile, save. Good. And so copy and paste this thing. So as soon as the move is completed, move to 1. And when you're actually done moving to 1, re-triggers move. Good. I think that should do it. So how about that, huh? Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, Jordan, I should be doing all this with a timeline. The thing is, I really wanted to use a actual waypoints, just like the enemy, so that you could have more than just, you know, a box moving back and forth. Because I wanted to use this to have some platforms following a path later on. So I kind of want to make that system work, but can't seem to do it. For some reason. Wait, what? It's kinda working, but kinda not working at all at the same time. Oh, wait a minute. What if I position it? Oh, it's even worse. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna have to gonna have to do that another way, which is gonna be really hacky, really not cool, but it's gonna have to do because I'm kind of out of ideas right there. So I'm gonna get back this with the branch to go with it. No, actually, fantastic. Good. Yeah, current target. Distance accuracy, I don't care. That's 1. So yeah. Current target. Make that an integer. Okay, and if it's true, we're gonna set current target to 1, or actually, if it's true, we're gonna have not a flip-flop, but a switch on int. Good. So yeah, current target get default set it to 0, but what we're really gonna do is set it to 1 if it's at 0 and set it to 0 if it's at 1. So basically, if the current target of the platform is number 1 of the list and it reaches it, that it's gonna trigger true, and that we're gonna set the target to 0 so that it goes back. And what we're gonna do is set world, set actor location. Set actor location, like so. And because this is event tick, we're going to be able to use a rentub. Ventub, sorry about that. Ventub 2. Now sweep, of course. And so current should be get actor location. Target should be get actor location of the current target. Enter speed should be, I guess, we're gonna have to mess around and try it. Now get world delta seconds to plug into delta time. This node there is returning exactly the same value as this one. but instead of dragging this one out and having it, cross all these nodes and be hard to follow, I'm simply going to use that node here so that the blueprint looks cleaner. And yeah, now all I have to do is create another custom event. Add custom event that I'm gonna call move. Like that, which I'm gonna trigger here. Just like so. Of course I could have plugged all these three right into there instead of using an event, but this would have been a lot less clean, and I kind of like to keep my blueprint clean, so how about this, huh? Oh, well, this works flawlessly actually. And so we have that little thingy there. Oh, and I can actually block it, which is just so wrong, because I shouldn't be able to. Okay. Sweet. Like, I shouldn't be able to, oh, that shouldn't happen either. Okay, that's a lot better. I guess I should lower these waypoints a lot, just to make sure that the ball doesn't